an island. My life's riding on autobahn, on autopilot. Before I touch dirt, I'll kill y'all with kindness. I kill ya. My natural persona is much worse. You've been born, if you've been born, or if you can form. Slap up a cop and snatch him out of his uniform. Leave him with socks, hard bottoms, and bloomers on.
What's up, guys? A little bit unprepared. I'm just gonna try to roll with it this week. I don't know how the viewership's been going, so I'm not gonna dress up and button myself up for all you guys. None of you respect me anyway. So I'm gonna start doing some Sotlas with just a plain old T-shirt and see how things go. See if that really makes a difference. I really doubt it's gonna make any difference at all to my ratings, which have been tanking, by the way. So hopefully you guys are watching some of these videos 2 or 3 times. In fact, help me get my viewership up because things are not great with the commercials. We're really struggling to get some money in for Sotla, so any viewership could help. Matter of fact, just go on YouTube, keep pushing the refresh button. Don't even listen to me. Don't even watch it. Just make sure that video count goes up. What do I want to do? Oh, I have a notification. Stud rejected my trade. Son of a bitch. Okay. So what else? Oh, so let's start, since this is now essentially a league pick'em show for the State of the League address. I went 4-2 last week, which was pretty good. Tied for the second best. There are only 4 people that played. I wish you guys would start playing some league pick'em. Moan went 5-1, had a great week. I think him and I were only different on 1 pick. Looks like he got that one right. So Moan takes the lead. He has 27 wins so far. I have 26. Sam, slight trying to keep up with the pace. He's got 19. He didn't play, or he did what? He played last week, went 3-3. And also a shout out to Ryan. Also played, went 4-2. So I wanted to step up my ante a little bit and put my money where my mouth is. So just to show you guys how serious I am about these picks, what I decided is what I'm going to do starting next week. I'm going to do a shot for every game that I get wrong. Now, I don't want you guys to go tanking just to watch me do 6 shots on Sotla. Well, 5, because I'm never going to lose, and I'm always going to pick myself from here on out. So what I do hope you guys do is at least take my picks and just run with them, because you know exactly, and just mimic my picks, really, because you know I'm going to always be right there. So starting next week, I will do a shot for every single game I get wrong. I will do that at the beginning of the show, and then I will continue to do the show after doing said shot. So we'll see how that goes. And with that, let's get into the league. I want to just go ahead and we'll get into the first matchup here. Taking a look at Scott versus Kevin. Here we got Drew Brees at home. Andrew Luck beat up, playing Kansas City. Gotta like Drew Brees in this matchup. I'm really not scared about the Seattle Seahawks. He's got Julio Jones over Jordy Nelson, Marvin Jones, and Macklin. Macklin is an effective receiver who doesn't score touchdowns, which means in fantasy, he's not that good. Overrated projection here. Marvin Jones, I don't really know how he's been doing recently. He's been pretty solid, fine for a wide receiver too. Spencer Ware, seems like he's never going to lose that job. Ryan Matthews, solid running back too for this week. Jimmy Graham, I think he's been keeping up the pace lately. He had 53 last week, but otherwise he's been totally fine. Certainly a high wide receiver 1, a tight end. I like Kevin finally getting Riddick back and Jack Doyle. However, problem is Kevin's got Hopkins. This is pretty much his last game, I think, as far as you got to give up on him if he hasn't had a good game here, because he started out hot first 2 games of the season and really has disappointed you as far as a wide receiver 1. So hopefully Kevin's probably looking a little he probably sees some opportunity here with DeAndre Hopkins making that trade. So surprisingly, there's not a lot of buys issues here with Scott. He's missing Jay Ajayi. Other than that, he's probably going to fill in Chris Thompson for the flex there. Personally, this is an easy pick for me. I'm going to go Scott with this one. Remember, this is for the shots. I'm going with Scott over Kevin this week in week number 8 of football.
What I'm going to ask you to do is turn it off and then turn it back on again, and then let me know if that fixes it. Yes, that. Oh. I'm going to have to call you back. Sorry. Hey guys, doing what I can to make money because our sponsors are dropping like flies here. So again, please watch this video several times, pass it along to your friends, tell them to just watch the video, and then after 10 seconds, so I get the credit for the view on YouTube, they can leave it. So anyway, next game, what we got here is Sandusky Daycare Sam versus You Love My Johnson. Moan getting rid of an underachieving DeAndre Hopkins. A couple other players lands Devontae Freeman RB1 this week because of Tevin Coleman. Kevin, I don't know what you were thinking. I don't know if you realized that when you made the trade. I don't think it was a terrible trade, but for this week, Moan's definitely going to take the advantage of that trade based on what Devontae Freeman's expected to do this week. However, looking at the matchups here, Russell Wilson's definitely underachieving this year. He's not using his legs. Demaryius Thomas continually banged up. He's been touchdown dependent. He's been getting those touchdowns lately. Problem is, because Trevor Siemian has been so bad, he's not getting the yards. I think Jeremy Hill went off last week, so that's pretty good for Sam. I'm not sure if that's going to continue. He's traveling all the way to London, I believe. Is that the London game? I think it is. So he's going to be playing there. I don't know how that's going to affect him. Problem is, what I got with Sam is he's playing the Eagles. Ezekiel Elliott's going to blow his knee out. I was actually going to back up that prediction. If Stud had accepted my trade, I was actually going to play Alfred Morris in my flex this week just to show you that I'm so sure Alfred Morris is going to get points because he's going to play 3/4 of that game as the #1 running back for Dallas. So, unfortunately, I can't be doing that because Stud rejected my trade. I gave him a pretty fair offer. Now he's going to lose this week because he didn't do the trade. So, anyway, taking a look at this, I'm really heavily going on Moan just based on what I'm seeing with running back deltas here. I know Jeremy Hill's solid, but DeMarco Murray, David Johnson, they're the 1-2 running backs this week. Devontae Freeman, potentially 1, 2, and 3 running backs this week. It doesn't even matter that he doesn't even have to play a second wideout. I don't think this is going to be that close to a matchup. Sam is missing a defense. Moan's missing a wide receiver. Not a big deal. Doesn't change my picks on this game. I'm going to go with Moan over Sam for this matchup for the week, and it's going to drop Sam to 4-4, and it's really going to hurt his playoff run going forward at the season. Fourth matchup this week, I've got Hillbilly Boners, and we got the Hand of God. We've got Nick. Pretending to look over here. I got my video on the other screen here, trying to make it a little more efficient having two screens. Also, I don't minimize it and stop the whole stream. Anyway, in the Ryan matchup versus Nick matchup, one thing I'm really seeing here is when is Yahoo going to give some credit to Tyrod Taylor and his projections? Because he's really been doing well lately, and he's got a projection of 15. I don't like that. Do like Amari Cooper this week against Tampa Bay. Oakland's really been hucking it, which I hope they continue to do because I got David Carr. Really looking forward to that. As long as Randall Cobb is good to go, I think Ryan's going to be fine in this matchup. I don't know why Nick's got players on his teams that he's got yet to fill in. Not to mention he's got two guys playing on a Thursday night in what's already going to be a shitty game, but extra shitty because it's a Thursday night and no one ever has a good game unless your name is AJ Green. So, with that being said, I think Ryan really handles this game no problem. I don't know exactly why he's playing Russell Shepard at flex. He's got Mike Gillisley to fill in. He's really got no one else. Pembroke, what are you doing? I mean, I think I'm an Adam Humphries guy out of the slot, but I guess you can play Shepard. We'll see what happens. Maybe you're right. I don't know a whole hell of a lot about him. Anyway, I think Pembroke's going to win this one. He's going to edge a little bit over Nick, mostly not because of I don't like Nick's team, but because he's got two guys playing on a Thursday. I hear Julius Thomas isn't even going to play. I'm not sure who Nick is even going to go with a backup. But anyway, I'm going to end up taking Pembroke in this game. He's going to beat Nick. And that's right. What we have is the Toilet Bowl game of the week. We've got the Team Rectum Blaster Zuck versus Kyle's team. Pick a team, Kyle. Pick a team name. However, this might be the first week Zuck gets his first win of the season. Yes, it looks like his team's health is coming around. Zuck's got Kirk Cousins playing Cincinnati. Kirk Cousins is all right. There's nothing bad to say about him, nothing great. He's solid. Terrell Pryor is all right, but I think he's banged up. I'm not sure exactly if he's playing. I probably should have checked that before I went live. Whatever, we'll do it live. I don't know. It doesn't look like he's actually going to play. However, I'm very intrigued with Des Bryant coming back. I think he's going to be very solid. I tried to trade for him. Zuck knew better, I guess. I don't think Jerick McKinnon's going to play, but I think Latavius Murray is going to be fine as a replacement. So uh, this is actually a tough one. I'm banking Terrell Pryor is going to be playing when I make this pick. I think he's playing a 1 o'clock game, it looks like, on Sunday, so he's got time to find a quick replacement if need be. So I'm actually going to lean towards Zuck on this. I don't like Will Fuller because I think DeAndre Hopkins is going to get a lot of feeds in the game against Detroit for the Houston Texans. James White, you can never rely on him too much. He's been pretty solid. Kobe Fleener versus Hunter Henry. I don't think Hunter Henry is playing. So clearly I did not prep for this matchup here. But I do like picking Zuck. I think it's finally time he wins a game. I feel bad for him. Jonathan Stewart's healthy. Man, there's really a lot of risk. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to come back to this game and go with an easy one. Let's do that. Oh, so by the way, let's do an update on this. Ty Montgomery is going to be, I've gotten a question from Sean because he doesn't have a running back this week. That's a good segue into the Sean versus Bruce matchup. So Ty Montgomery, according to Yahoo, is going to be eligible only at wide receiver until the Packers themselves list him as a running back on their official website. So stay tuned for that and check up on it. But until that happens, when the Packers list Ty Montgomery as a running back, that is when he will also be eligible as a running back here. Sean could really use that in this matchup here because if we click on it, Sean is screwed this week for matchups. He's got no running back. He's got Dwayne Washington as his best pick, who has been injured. Seems like he's coming back. He's got Ty Montgomery. I don't know how Julian Edelman's doing. I think he's been pretty bad since Tom Brady's actually come back. But I don't think he's got much of a choice. He could play Michael Thomas, I suppose. It looks like Sean's really banking on Ty Montgomery becoming a running back. So for the sake of this week, I'm hoping that doesn't happen. I'm lucky enough to really have no bye weeks of mention here. So I'm essentially at a full-strength team versus Sean, who's missing 3 essential players to his team. I should be running away with this one. I don't think it's going to be any issue for myself. I'm picking myself over Steel Curtain 69, the Shasberry Steelers. What I think is actually going to be the most important game this week is the Tarzana Nomads versus Studs Inflated Balls. And Alex couldn't have hoped for a better week to be playing Stud in a game where Stud is inside looking out on the playoffs and vice versa for Alex. So I think this is a very important matchup as far as who's going to have some momentum going forward. And you got to feel bad for Stud looking at his team. He's missing Le'Veon Bell this week. He's missing CJ, that's it. CJ Anderson out with a knee. So things are really not working out for him this week. Lost both of his star running backs. So he's really struggling. I'm not going to go there. All I can say is T.Y. Hilton's been red hot. I think Michael Crabtree, very solid wide receiver too. I like him a lot. Bit of a hit or miss week to week. Christian Michael, going to be great until Rawls comes back. Got Gronk, of course. So I think unless Stud makes a move here, Stud's going to go down to 4-4. Going to have a tough matchup going. Going to have to win a lot of games going forward. We got Alex probably going to win this game, at least in my opinion and my pick. Picking Tarzana Nomads over Stud's Inflated Balls, unless Stud can really get some type of move done before Sunday. So jumping back to the last game, Team Rectambassadors versus Kyle. I was really struggling here because on paper, Zuck's team looks pretty solid. Despite that, I also want to think, hey, Des Bryant has no rapport with Dak Prescott. I don't think they're really going to get it going, but he's got Devontae Booker. I think he's solid. He's got Jonathan Stewart. He's finally healthy. I think he's going to be fine. So also, I realize Matt Jones, really doubtful for this game. Kyle has no backup plan. Alfred Blue, I don't think that's going to happen because I can tell you Lamar Miller is playing on Sunday. Rob Kelly, is that his alternative? It's going to be a three-headed monster, potentially. Boy, I don't know. I don't like the sound of this. I'm just gonna go ahead and pick Zuck. He's gonna be the winner this week. Zuck, I'm picking you. Don't let me down. Perfect segment to lead into the way out. Zuck, this is when I need you the most. Get me that win. I don't want to do all those shots next week.
That you'll be here when I need you the most. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. Don't let me down.